I'm from IH Buenos Aires, Belgrano, and today I'm going to give you a very quick show and tell about one of the tools that has been very helpful so far has been working really pretty well for teaching kids. But how about teaching lectures online? Well, let's go to a little bit back to the basics and a little bit show and tell at the end. Okay, so remember, when we teach lectures online, we have to bear in mind a couple of things that are a little bit different from the classroom. Okay, we want to make our classes more dynamic than in the classroom because kids' attention span drops if they are sitting. Yes, even alone. So we want to make the classes more dynamic. We want them to make our classes engaging. Students have to be engaged. Students have to participate more. Captivating. Have to captivate kids when they are alone in front of the computer. And we want to make the kids participate even more than in the classroom. How you do that online? Well, that's a challenge. That has become our first challenge when we were told to migrate online. And besides, we want to make it time-saving because we have lots of things and lots of materials to prepare. We don't have the whiteboard that is our staple. And now we have to adapt our lessons to online, and we want to do it fast. So how to save some time? I'm going to introduce you to Active Inspire. Maybe most of you know it, or some of you don't. If you do, well, it's good update. And if you don't, good. That's better. I'm going to show you how to use it a little bit. Some of its features, and you're going to enjoy it. But you have to wait for it till the end. So let's see. Let's go back to basics, but how to use those basics online, okay? Lexis is bigger than vocab. What does that mean? Well, you know that teaching words in isolation, even in the classroom, is not like the best way because there's much more to teach, even to kids. You can teach idioms expression. You can teach idioms. You can teach collocations. You can teach set phrases. Give words in context. Context is the key word today. You'll see that why I'm saying this. So let's go to the successful Lexis learning process very quickly online. Okay. Of course, you're going to introduce new lexical items, and you want to make sure the kids understand them through M.P.F. I am sure most of you are acquainted with what M.P.F means. If you don't, let me know in the chat. But the important thing here is the order and the context. We have to give the kids a context, especially when we are pre-teaching vocab. I can see some people saying yes. No, what is M.P.F? Oh, you'll see it in a minute, Lydia. Just hold on. I'm telling you in a minute. And then we have, well, let's see, let's go back here. Practice using them. Of course, the kids have to practice the lexis, have to practice the vocabulary, but how to make it online? How you do that online and not making your class teacher-centered? Because we don't want that. We want the kids practicing. And then they have to remember, and for that, context is key. They will associate. You will see that in a minute, but how to make it online. Yes? And retrieve those lexis or those words when they need them. That's the challenge of teaching vocab. What's the point of teaching something if then they will forget? So how to make it memorable, okay? So answering the questions now is an oldie but goodie, yes? Meaning, M, the M stands for meaning. The first thing you teach is meaning. How? How do you teach meaning online? Because in the classroom, well, pretty much you draw something on the whiteboard, but image, whatever it makes, I mean, whatever it's fast. So images for me is the fastest way, especially when you are online, because you have freepik.com and all those free copyright places where you can, download pictures and then show. But what about actions? If it's use your body, TPR, yes, total physical response in the classroom works pretty well when you're teaching, for example, actions or verbs. So, yeah. draw. Remember that in Zoom, you have the annotation. I mean, you have the possibility, and you have the whiteboard that you can draw, and you can ask the students to annotate in Zoom. If it's Zoom, the tool you're using, you can point to an object. You have it here. Oh, look, a green balloon, yes, or whatever you have handy. Oh, you always have something at hand, right? Or you can give examples, but always forget to double check the meaning with CCQs. You remember what CCQs are? If you don't, I'll tell you. Concept checking questions, double check that they know more online. Because in the classroom, you can see the faces, you can see if they understood or not. But online, you need to, it's much more difficult, especially when you're presenting something and you have just 4 of them, and then you have to scroll down and see the faces if they understood or not. Well, CCQs is key when you're teaching online, okay? Then pronunciation, the second, the MP pronunciation. How do you do that? Chorale. Oh, we love choral, but there's a problem, you know, when we're teaching online, and this has been, a real problem for me. I love choral drilling. However, when they do it all at the same time, there's something called sound lag. It's like jet lag, but for sound, and then there's a delay. And you have started this, you start experiencing glitches, and we don't want that, right? Because we waste a lot of time. So what about girls versus boys? Boys, sorry. What about generating different voices? Make use of technology. Yes, take advantage of the crisis and use the microphone. And you say, for example, castle. And everybody will hear because the microphone's good, right? So girls versus boys, or you can divide it into teams. Remember that the stress is always important. There's always something interesting to say about the sound. Well, it's cat. Well, do you know a word that looks like that or sounds like that? Oh yes, hat. Yes. Always try to, you know, interact with the kids. Otherwise, it's teacher-centered, more online. Yes. And the last part, M.P.F, is the form. Written sign, but just a written sign. They have to know, they have to take it down, they have to jot it down, but always there's something else to say. What's the plural? What's the plural of castle? Yes, or if they are, you know, a bit more advanced, what part of speech is it? A verb? Is it an adjective? Is it a noun? What type of word is it? Yes, but how do we do all this online? Yes, there's a problem that we can experience, and here I need your interaction with me. Okay. The famous M.P.F, why is it important, and why more important online? For a bad example is castle. Today is the topic, yes, castle. The meaning, yes, beautiful, we present a picture, we said it before, but answer in the chat, what happens if after that we are tempted to write castle? Can you answer that in the chat? What happens if then after showing the picture, I write castle? Let's see. They say castle. Very good. Wrong pronunciation. Very good, Irina. Yes, yes. Excellent. That's what happens. Spot on, everybody. Excellent. They focus on word instead of pronunciation. Yes, Emma. Very good. Yeah. Well, yes, definitely. What happens is that the students will read castle, especially if they come from Latin speaking countries where the Latin origin countries where the language is Spanish, for example. They read what they say, what they read. So they read castle. We don't want that, right? Because then they have to relearn the pronunciation, and that takes too much time. And online time's gold. So, how can we do all of this online? Will that be as engaging as in the classroom? Can we make that? Can we face the music? Well, yes, we can. At least we can, and we have been doing this with the tool that is called Active Inspire. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to unshare this and share how I do it, just a very, very quick show and tell with Active Inspire. Yes? So, have a look at this. Can you see this? Please type in the chat if you can see this. Nothing? Okay, good. Thank you, thank you. So here we have a spotlight. Well, let's see, International House, yes, we all know. But look at this, how to make it more intriguing, how to make it more captivating. Remember, that's our word. So, oh, this is my granny's hair, someone will say. Oh, no, 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 that's cotton wool. No, no, what is it? Ah, it's a cloud, yes. Well, so here's where you teach prawn. They got what a cloud is because they have the picture, but then cloud. And probably you would like to unshare the screen here. I'm not going to do it for the sake of time, but unshare, and so they can see you articulate the things very well. I mean, clearly. Remember to articulate clearly when you're teaching prawn. Yes, oh, cloud or whatever. Oh, look at this. Make it intriguing. Intriguing, sorry. And this is that a house? No, but what do you think it is? Oh, yes, you can enlarge this and show the bigger picture. And then you can say, oh, yes, this is a castle. And here's where you teach the pronunciation castle. Yes, so not everybody, but we said it before, like, okay, only the boys, castle. And they would repeat, yes. And the concept checking, okay, I forgot my concept checking questions. Okay, yes, who lives in a castle? Do you live in a castle? Well, no, I don't, sorry. But who lives in a castle? Oh, yes, Prince Charming or Princess Elsa or whatever, Princess Sophia. Oh, yes, let's find them. Oh, here they are. Yes, the prince and the princess. And there they repeat. And what's the plural of prince? Oh, princess. Oh, good, good. So this is the way you are interacting and making it more intriguing. This is just a simple thing that you do that is called spotlight. And here you have the context. So you don't give them everything. You don't spoon feed everything. Yes, you give them, captivate the kids. And then the form. The form also, never spoon feed the kids. What? Lots of questions in the chat. Now I'm going to answer them afterwards. So yes, this is a software. I'm going to tell it later. But how do you? Okay. The easiest way is, okay, in the classroom, I write the word on the board. Let's make it more captivating. Yes, how to do that? Well, we said, yeah, this is a cloud, but how do you think it's spelled? You tell me, or you ask the kids to annotate. Remember that you can enable the annotate function that you have in Zoom, and they can, try their own cloud writing, or you can be more intriguing. C, L, and what comes afterward? Maybe they say A is an O and a U and a D, and here we have cloud. Yes, and then they can compare one with the other. And then castle, this is the word of the day. Yes, castle. So they know this castle. No chances, you see, that's why the order is important. C, A, S. What comes after that? They will say, well, L. It's a silent T, sh, T. Yes, and you teach them, make it more engaging. Yes, always make it more engaging. Sometimes there are words that they can, get them because they are very similar to their language. Yes, and you can make use of that. You take advantage of that because they're very similar to their language. Yes, anything you can hide them. You just, create a little thing, and it's like the typical envelope that you use in the classroom, and you start, taking it out, taking the word out so they can guess the word. It's the same, it's adapting. And then to practice. Well, here I prepared a game. You will wonder, well, Sabrina, how much time did it take? Well, yeah, you see, it must have, all of these, it's like 30 minutes? No. For sure, it took me like 5 minutes to prepare this pre-teaching for a short story I might be telling later. Yes, there's a game online, yes, that is very, very interesting. I'm going to share it very quickly with you. Let me see if I can. Okay, and it's this. To practice online, yes, you can create your own matchthememory.com. And they say, okay, we say, well, 1, 2, 3, you can ask in teams. Okay, team number 1. Oh, here we have, do you remember how is this pronounced? Or what do you call this? How they will say, I don't know, dragon, because they are from Argentina. I said, and then, well, this one, oh no, it's not a match, and so on and so forth. This activity, you said, okay, was it time saving? Yes, it took me 5 minutes to prepare. Yes, once you get the hang of it, of course, it's matchmemory.com. And then what you can also do, what you can also do is ask them to, you can send the link and they can practice at home. I do that all the time. Your homework is interact or play with your mom, play with your dad, thematchmemory.com. And that's a great way of using the language. And then I close this activity with telling them the story, but they have to fill in the blanks when I tell the story. And that has proven like engaging, captivating, and they will remember the vocab because they have an interactive online game to play with family afterwards. And, you know, well, this is pretty much everything. It was very, very quick show and tell, but to show you and to introduce you to this amazing tool that is a combination. I think that is the perfect combination between PowerPoint presentations and Paint, because you can do many things. You can highlight words. I also use it for teaching grammar online. I created flip charts. It's called flip charts, so slides with grammar, and they can tell me, no, this picture goes with that one, and to give context. And for timelines is amazing. When you have to teach a timeline when you're teaching grammar, that's great. So it has many uses. I'll be glad to answer questions if you have afterwards. I'll send you my, I don't know, some of my slides that might come in handy if you need them. But well, yeah, that was pretty much it. Yes, so thank you very much for listening. And if you have any questions in the Q&A, I'll be answering later.
There is a question in the Q&A. And is the program free? Do you need to download it?
You have to download it. I don't know, it has some steps to download. It takes some steps, but it's free.
Can you tell people where they can download it from then, please?
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to share my last slide. And sorry.
There it is. Yes, perfect.
There you are. That's thematchmemory.com and support Promethean.world.com activity Inspire download. You can take a picture of that if you want. I do that with my students.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you, Sabrina. So yes, as she quite rightly said, if you want to get that link now, it's a good time to take a screenshot.
Okay. Then I can share.
Fabulous. And so everybody hopefully taking a screenshot, and we'll say thank you very much to Sabrina for joining us and her energetic presentation of M.F. and P.